All right, guys. Good Saturday morning to you. This is the Iceman here on the Jeffrey Rose YouTube channel. As stated earlier this week, I had a lot of people come and ask me about, doing some NFL predictions. We got the wild card weekend playoffs, which start today. Actually, we have a couple games today. I believe the 4:35 game we have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Indianapolis Colts. So we got Alex Smith running the show for the Chiefs and Andrew Luck for the Indianapolis Colts. And this game, I believe, has a slight edge to the Colts. For one reason, they're playing in Indianapolis, and secondly, the Chiefs, who started off like a ball of fire this season, I believe they went like 8 or 9 and 0 before finally getting beat. Have not played their greatest football as of late. I think the Colts have been pretty consistent throughout most of the year, and I think they have the slight advantage basically this time around because they are playing at home. So I'm going to give the Indianapolis Colts the edge here by at least a touchdown. So should be a pretty good game. Should be a very very good game, I should say, for the first game of Wild Card Weekend here on this Saturday. The second game we have tonight, I believe around 8 o'clock, and that is the New Orleans Saints going to Philadelphia to face the Eagles. Now, the Saints with Drew Brees, a lot of experience there for the Saints. Philadelphia Nick Foles, who's had a phenomenal year for the Eagles. And I think this is one of the things that the Eagles needed. They have a new coach, as we all know. Andy Reid went to the Chiefs, which he sort of reemerged the Chiefs, but a fresh new coaching staff basically for the Eagles. And in this game here, giving the Eagles the advantage, I think the Eagles are going to come out on top of the Saints. And one would think that the experience uh, of a team with a very experienced quarterback would have the edge. But I think this edge is sort of like overridden for the simple fact that the Saints play in a warm climate area under a dome uh, for most of the season, with their obviously with their home games, and they have to come up into Philadelphia where the temperatures are frigid. The Eagles are used to playing in the cold, and I think for the Saints, there's probably going to be a lot of turnovers on their part. I don't know how well they're going to be able to protect the football, and I think with Nick Foles on a roll, him replacing Michael Vick, I think was the best thing that the Eagles did, and I look for the Eagles to come out on top this game at least by about 10 points. I'm not taking anything away from the Saints. They're a great team, but I just think the weather's going to play a major factor in this game, and it's it's going to be fun to watch in any event. So, moving on to tomorrow's games, we have a couple good games going on. Just I want to check out some stats here. Basically, yeah, okay, we have the San Diego Chargers going into Cincinnati. Philip Rivers and company going, against the Bengals and Andrew Dalton. This is a toss-up. I mean, the Chargers were actually lucky to get in. The Bengals have been up and down most of the season, but they've been, for the most part, this sounds sort of crazy, but they've been up and down, but they've been like consistent. And then you got the experience of Philip Rivers, but the Chargers don't make the playoffs all that often, and the Bengals have proved to be a thorn in everybody's side this year. And they're not. A lot of people say they're not a good football team. Personally, they're not a bad football team. And again, the Chargers coming into some colder weather out in Ohio. This is going to play a factor in this game. But regardless of the weather, I think the Bengals are the better team of the two, and I think the Cincinnati will come out on top and prevail on this one. And I give this a 7-point game for Cincinnati as well. So should be a fun game to watch tomorrow, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. Uh, Moving on, we have one of the bigger games tomorrow, a 4:40 start. We have the San Francisco 49ers going into Green Bay. Again, another weather game. The 49ers with Kaepernick, quarterbacking, and Aaron Rodgers is back for the Green Bay Packers. This is a tough one to call because I think these teams are really, really very, very close. There's not much difference between the two. And, they both have experience. The 49ers have been there, the Packers have been there. I think the only thing that could hurt the Packers is that Aaron Rodgers was out for a good number of weeks. And, but he's back. And when he came back, they ended up coming back and they defeated the Cowboys and whatnot. But will the weather be a factor in Green Bay? Probably so. The 49ers are used to having a little milder weather when they play at home. But, I don't think so much the weather is going to be too much of a factor for the 49ers. Like I said, this is a pretty equally matched matchup between these two teams. As far as my pick goes, it's a toss up for me, but I will give the edge to the Green Bay Packers. I think they're going to find a way to win this time around. Sorry, Peter Gilmore. I know you're a Niners fan, but for some reason, I just have had this feeling in my gut that Green Bay is going to come out on top. Maybe it's the ghost of Brett Favre. I don't know. But yeah, so it looks to be a really good weekend here in the NFL for professional football. Four really good games slated. And then the big stuff comes next weekend with all the teams that had their byes and whatnot. So those are my predictions for the weekend in the NFL. Hope everybody enjoyed them. I don't know whether you're agreeing with me or not. I don't know whether you're a fan of the team that I picked to lose. Let me know. But in any event, again, it's going to be a great weekend in the world of professional football. And especially for me, like a day like today, it's like negative digits here in Connecticut as far as temperatures go. I got out of work late last night in very frigid temperatures, and so I'm not looking forward to going out at all today. But by kickoff time for the first game, which is later on this afternoon, I'll be ready to roll. So that's it, guys. Peace out. Stay warm this Saturday and enjoy the NFL. See you next time.